So, long release gaps have become a complete menace for the past few years, and recently it's only been getting worse and worse. Now, okay, before I start the video, I know that you all might be saying that I'm overreacting to this. I know that, but honestly, I don't care. This is making me mad, and I'm gonna talk about it. I'm not even gonna waste your time here, I'll just get right into it.
No! No! No!
So get this, GTA 5 came out all the way back in 2013, and after being in development for ages and already being delayed, GTA 6 was supposed to release in May. And a little while back, I realized that it was getting pretty close to the release date, so I looked it up only to be jump scared with another 6-month delay. Now, I've been doing YouTube for years and I've literally never cursed in my videos. It's just not something I really do, but I'm gonna make an exception here. Rockstar Games, fuck off, stick your game into a dumpster, stick it up your ass. This is the worst release gap ever. It is unforgivably bad. Even if this is the best game ever made, it still would not be worth this kind of wait. The only way GTA 6 would be worth the wait is if playing it added an extra 10 years onto your life. That's the only situation where this kind of delay would be alright. So yeah, I know I'm getting pretty heated already, but I just wanted to get this part of the video over with because this is by far the worst release gap and the one that has made me the most angry.
No! No! No!
So you've all probably at least heard of Vince Gilligan's new show, Pluribus. Now, don't worry, I'm not going to give any spoilers, but for me, it's basically the new Squid Game in the sense that I watched it on release date and I fell in love with it right away. I honestly think it was even better than season 1 of Breaking Bad. I actually liked it so much that I recreated one of its scenes in Lego. It had 9 episodes and the season finale released on Christmas Eve. And now I remember once I finished episode 9, I literally got depressed because I knew that we wouldn't be getting the second season for at least 2 years and maybe even 3 years. Like, I do not know how most shows at the moment are taking years to release each season when back just a few years ago, shows like Game of Thrones and The Walking Dead were able to do yearly releases. And I know, I'm being dramatic. Pluribus isn't ruined just because of a long release gap, but just like with Squid Game, a lot of people will have forgotten about it by the time season 2 comes out. So yeah, I really hope season 2 releases sooner than people are expecting, because again, Pluribus is one of the best shows I've seen recently. It's a show that had me counting down the days for when each episode would be coming out. Okay, so I'm recording this part later because I actually forgot to mention that Pluribus had been greenlit for 2 seasons from the beginning, so I have no clue why Vince and the gang decided to wait until season 1 was over to start writing the second season. As a bunch of people pointed out when I looked it up, season 2 definitely could have had a better release date if they'd started writing it before season 1 aired. Also, this is slightly off topic, but I actually want to mention that a few nights ago I literally had a dream where the next episode of Pluribus came out and I watched it. Yeah, I think that just shows you how obsessed I am with this show.
No! No! No!
I was pretty chill during the last part of this video, but I'm changing back to angry now. So you all probably know that Stranger Things ended a couple months ago, and okay, I thought the ending was an absolute disgrace. I didn't like it one bit, but that's a topic for another video. So let me get this straight. There was a 3.5-year release gap before Stranger Things Season 5. 3.5 years. Now that on its own is already pretty bad, but what makes it even worse is that Netflix and the gang released the season in 3 separate parts. This is something they also did with Season 2 of Wednesday. Instead of just doing weekly releases or just releasing it all at once, they released half of it in November and then had a month-long break before the other half of the season. And then, just to make it even worse, they had another week-long break before the finale. And on top of that, the absolute weirdos at Netflix decided that the best dates to release it were Christmas Day and New Year's Eve. You know, the days where everyone was spending time with their families and was too busy to watch it.
May whoever did this die 1,000 deaths. May his stinking, maggot-covered corpse rot in the fiery depths of hell.
Like, I honestly don't understand what their thought process was. Hell, I joked about me not having a life at the start of this video, and even I didn't have time to watch it on Christmas Day. Even if you're going to split the season into 3 parts, why not pick any other day to release it? Christmas Day is literally the worst day of the year you possibly could have picked to release the second part of the season.
No! No! No, no!
Alright, so I want to end this video on a slightly positive note by thanking some of the shows that actually do have good release schedules. Dexter Resurrection came out in mid-2025, and it looks like Season 2 will be releasing just slightly over a year later, so thanks to everyone working on Dexter for that. And more recently, it's been announced that A Night of the Seven Kingdoms is releasing Season 2 about a year after Season 1, so that's some more good news, because the season was only 6 episodes long, so it would have been a disaster if there had been a 2 or 3 year release gap before we got the second season. So yeah, I just wanted to show you all that I can be positive sometimes, because, you know, I do know this video was mostly just me whining and throwing a tantrum, but you know what? It's my channel and I really don't care.
Bye-bye. See you later.